So, let me show you what you need for my amazing sweet potato casserole. It's healthy, it's loaded with beta carotene, it's easy, and it's yummy. You need mashed sweet potatoes. I use fresh, you can use canned if you like. You need melted butter. You need rough cut apples, golden raisins, and craisins. You need oranges. You need egg. You need some type of dairy product. Pam baking dish. Nutmeg. Ground up walnuts. Quick cooked oats. And you need light brown sugar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to season these mashed sweet potatoes to my liking. Whenever you season the potatoes, when they taste good to you, the recipe is over. Also, you need all-purpose flour. The all-purpose flour, the butter, the oats, the nuts, and the sugar are for the amazing streusel topping. For my sweet potatoes, I am going to add the juice from all these oranges. I'm going to add dairy, and I'm going to add a little sugar to taste. I'm also going to add nutmeg. As soon as it tastes the way I like, I'm going to add my egg and leave it alone. Adding my oranges now. Yummy, nice, juicy, fresh citrus. Nutmeg, just a sprinkle. Little nutmeg goes a long way. I'm going to add a little bit of this melted butter. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of the brown sugar. Just about that much. You eyeball it. When it tastes right to you, it's done. Now I'm going to add my almond milk. Bam. Now I'm going to mash it all up together and give a taste. It needs a hint of brown sugar. I'm going to remix. And I don't want to add any more butter or milk because I don't want it super moist. Now, my potatoes are nice and well seasoned. And you can tell by looking at the bottom of the pan that they are not super moist. So what I'm going to do now is add my egg and get it thoroughly incorporated. Incorporating my eggs. Now that the eggs are fully incorporated into this mixture, I'm going to add fresh, firm apples, golden raisins, and cranberries. And remember, do not taste the mixture again after this because it contains raw eggs. apples in, golden raisins and cranberries in. And you know it already tastes good because the mashed sweet potatoes taste good. This is just a texture and flavor and nutrition enhancement with the apples and the cranberries and the golden raisins. Thoroughly mix. Now that the apples, sweet potatoes, golden raisins, or cranberries are all mixed evenly, I'm going to place the mixture in a Pam greased baking dish. I have the mix packed gently into Pam lined baking dishes. I actually had enough for 2 pans. Yummy. Now on to the streusel topping. The key for this is melted butter. Do not use room temperature butter. Use melted butter. To the melted butter, I'm going to add all-purpose flour. This is something that you eyeball. I'm going to add my nutmeg. And remember, you can taste this one as much as you like because it doesn't have any raw eggs. I'm going to add my chopped walnuts. I'm going to add my brown sugar. Now, you don't want to skimp with the sugar on the top or the nuts or the oatmeal. That's where most of the flavor comes from. And also the texture, because when the heat hits that melted sugar, it's going to caramelize. Last but not least, you add just enough oatmeal to hold it all together. That looks right. Now I'm just going to mix it with my hands until it feels right. If it's needing anything else, which it shouldn't, everything should just be moist and coated with butter. And there it is. Everything is moist and coated with butter, and it kind of feels like wet beach sand, holding together a little bit. When it does that, you're ready. Wet beach sand. Now you're just going to sprinkle this liberally over the top of your sweet potatoes. Just like that. So I think it's best when it's about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thickness. Make it nice and dense. Make sure you get all the corners covered. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Make sure you don't waste any of this goodness. Now that I have everything in the pans, I'm going to cover with foil. And I'm going to place it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes, covered nice and tightly. Okay, I'm getting ready to place the pans in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes. Yummy! Then after 30 minutes, we're going to bake uncovered until the top caramelizes and gets crusty. All that melted brown sugar. Now 30 minutes has elapsed. I'm taking the sweet potato casserole out of the oven. It's hot. It's steamy. And it's bubbly. It's not done yet, see? That's soft. You see the sides? It's starting to caramelize a little teeny bit, but we want it super caramelized and glazy. So I'm going to take off the foil. And now we're going to go uncovered for 10 to 15 minutes on a 400-degree oven. And after 5 minutes, I may take it up to 450 just to get the brown sugar to caramelize a little faster. And during this stage, you do not leave the room, because when you're cooking sugar, it goes from perfect to burnt in seconds. Going back in the oven. So they're in the oven on the lowest section, and I'm even prepared to turn it up to broil if I need to, because it's going to be caramelized perfectly, because I'm going to be right here managing it the whole time. I'm closing the oven so it can do its thing. So after 5 minutes on like 440, it was going fine, but I wanted to get it nice and crisp and brown, so I put it on broil. And I'm leaving the door ajar. And I'm just watching it till it gets that perfect texture. It shouldn't even take 5 minutes at this point. And it's okay to open your oven door, because remember, you don't have any baking powder or baking soda in the dish, so nothing's going to deflate. Okay, now it's done. You see the caramelized bits of sugar. You see it's nice and firm on the top. It's not crumbly. I'm rubbing it. It's firm, caramelized, dark, golden. So you want to let it cool down for a few minutes and enjoy. So this is my son, my twin, and he's making all the noise in the videos. Did mommy do a good job with the sweet potatoes? Yes. Yes. Shh. Mmm. Mmm. Those big chunks of apples are so good. They're so good. Earthy and tart and sweet. Amazing.